So the Birdfair, the global Birdfair at Rutland, never been at all. Yeah, we're going to go. We're going to see what it's like. Invited by Mark Habban. He's doing a talk with a couple of people. I think Nigel Marvin is kind of part of that talk about releasing apex predators here in the UK, part of a wilding programme across the country, across Britain. But of course, it's something like, it's not going to happen very soon, is it? But we're going to go and listen to that talk. Never been to the Birdfair before. Don't know what it's like. We'll see. We're going to hit the road soon. So let me show you what we saw and what went on. Welcome to the vlog. We're at Global Birdfair today. I'll show you around in a minute. So one thing, lots and lots of trade stands, lots and lots of them. Now these trade stands are selling stuff like your camera gear, your binocular gear, so on and so forth. But I didn't realise how, I suppose I did, I've got wildlife photography friends, but I didn't realise how big bird photography, wildlife photography is really around the world. So loads of these trade stands from every country and corner of the globe, offering you wildlife adventure holidays where you can do photography, birding, general wildlife. Quite amazing to see. So worth going if that's your bag. My goodness me, you can go all over the world to do that. Now there wasn't much there when it came to real animals. I always find that sad that there's not real animals to get people and kids interesting, because it does. That's what interests us, seeing things for real. So I think if there'd have been a little bit more real stuff, but there were brilliant dragonfly stand with dragonfly larvae to talk about and see for the kids and for the adults, of course. A lot of adults don't know what a dragonfly larva looks like. The BTO were ringing some birds. They got some blue tits there and they were ringing those, showing you how they do what they do and why they do it.
It's the top of the food chain, and usually they don't have any predators that can eat them. Great white sharks, of course, are apex predators, except they're now finding that orcas are attacking them. But we've lost all of the apex predators really in the UK. We lost our last grey wolf around 1700. Our last lynx about 450 AD. Our last bear about 500 AD. They all used to live in the UK, and we're dealing with broken ecosystems now. We haven't got apex predators to control deer. We haven't got apex predators to control badgers, to be honest, because badgers are doing extremely well. But we've got a really great panel here of eminent experts about rewilding, bringing back apex predators. Derek Gow here is a living legend, actually. So he's almost single-handedly brought water voles back to the UK. He breeds 4,500 a year. You know that they're declining because of mink. And he's obviously got some very strong opinions about what apex predators we should bring back. I may interrupt at certain points and be a representative of the NFU.
Basically, we live in an interesting situation. I mean, last week I was in the Netherlands. I was in
what about livestock and problems with livestock with wolves if they were introduced back here?
The problem with you trying to represent the National Farmers Union, Nigel, is with all due respect, you're not stupid enough. So you're going to have a club foot, a strange accent, and I don't know, several other maladies which haven't been encountered since the 13th century. So the problems with livestock are, quite simply, always comes back to sheep. Wolves attack and kill livestock when we have taken everything they have. So if you go and speak to Tim McCrill in the tent down the road and you chat about the white-tailed eagles killing lambs, maybe they do, maybe they don't. The golden eagles certainly do, but these creatures are killing our domestic animals because we have stripped the landscapes nearly entirely bare of their food. We've taken their cover, we've taken their living environments, and we've taken their food, and we grudge them everything they try to take to feed themselves or feed their offspring. It's an incredibly selfish and very, very deep-seated human reaction. When it comes to cattle and horses, well, they will kill them. And again, I don't know if those of you who follow the press will have seen that one of the things that's really risen the wolf of the Richter scale within, as a tension within the European states over the course of the last 2.5 years, is that Dolly the pony, which was owned by Ursula von der Leyen, the president of the European Union, was killed and eaten by a wolf. But Dolly the pony was 25 years old, it was arthritic, it was lame, and as far as the wolf was concerned, it was its time to die. Wolves don't know these things belong to people, and people hug and kiss them and feed them sugar lumps on Sunday. So when it comes to it, the problem always is sheep. And the problem we have with sheep is much more deep-seated than the wolf. I mean, we killed the wolves to protect the sheep. We then, brought millions of these into our living environments on the British Isles, and though it's hard to get,
You've got a short film. Would you like to start with that? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Mike.
Can we have Mark's film, please?
It's going to have the wolf.
Hi, I'm Mark Haven. I'm Director of Zoological Operations here at Wildwood Trust.
But the government and the nature conservation organisations and the big NGOs will not do this until you have a groundswell of opinion that is beating on the door and saying, we must, then this will remain an entirely abstract idea. That, my friends, is the reality of this situation.
Beer and food, we've got conservationists, rewilders, predator rewilders, apex predator rewilders, falconers, conservationists again, of course, pest controllers, eagle falconers. Really interesting conversation, especially when we've all had a few beers. The art, whether sculptured art, paintings and so on, was absolutely mind-blowing. I'm useless at any form of art really, but I can really appreciate it, and some of the detail that the artist had woven into there, whether it was paintings or sculptures of the real life birds and animals, even invertebrates, was just superb. Very tempted by some of the stuff, and it wasn't all expensive. It really wasn't all expensive, and I was tempted, and I had to just realise how broke I am right now. Other things to pay for, but for sure, if you go there, go in the art tent, the huge marquee, mind-blowingly beautiful stuff. Stuff I'd have loved that would have cost thousands, and other stuff that was probably 60 quid or something like that.
So you can have it so you're feeling upset or sad, or you can see which way it voted.
Probably quite depressing now. Whatever. Wow. That's my favourite thing so far, that is.
Oh, bless you.
So we're here on the Friday. You're watching this on a Saturday. If you watch it live, it's still open on Sunday. Come and have a look. It is ram-packed if you want to go on photography, like I've already said, around the world. You'll be guided and tours, and some of them aren't really that expensive. It shows how, in fact, some of you guys have got some money, just how many there actually are. We've just been having a beer in the beer tent with Mark Haburn and other John Meese, but some real leading conservationists like these guys. Yeah, just fascinating stuff. It's hard in the UK. There's a lot of us, and there's not a lot of wilderness, that's for sure. But come here, come to some of the talks. Hear it from all sides. Hear the facts and the opinions. Make up your own mind. Definitely get off this stuff, the social media, and speak to the people on the ground doing it for real. But more than just birds here, and I'd say come. First time I've been here. First time she's been here. So if you like bird watching or wildlife adventures, some of these halls, every stand is someone from somewhere in the world that'll guide you in some of the best bird watching and wildlife adventures probably in the world. Literally anywhere in the world you can think of, you can book up with someone in here and have a guided experience, certainly if you like your photography. And it's vast. So the day as a whole really was the most wonderful experience. I've got no particular real massive interest in bird watching. If I go abroad, I don't even take binoculars. I'm too busy looking under rocks and in trees for snakes and creepy crawlies. But I always appreciate the birds I see for sure. But yeah, wow, it's big business and it's big news. It was a Friday and it was really busy. Mostly people a bit older than me on the Friday, but it did show, looking at all those trade stands, it's big business. There's money in it, and there's obviously a lot of interest in it. So if you get a chance, get to the Birdfair, the Global Birdfair at Rutland. It's actually on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And if you miss it this year, it'll be on again next year, as you can imagine. So well worth a look, even if you think it's not your thing. Actually, yeah, a nice day out.